Okay. Okay. Good morning. Good morning, dear students. Okay. Good morning, dear students. See the question bank, Unit 1, Introduction. So, see the first question. See the first question. Why is the need of studying algorithms? What is the need of studying algorithms? This is a 2 marks questions. Okay. From a practical standpoint, a standard set of algorithms from different areas of computing must be known. So, what are the various algorithms for different problems in different areas of computing? You should know. In addition to the to be able to design them, how to design those algorithms and how to analyze the efficiencies of algorithms. From a theoretical standpoint, the study of algorithms is the cornerstone of computer science. In computer science, you need to study the algorithms and design the algorithms and analyze the algorithms. These are very important. What is algorithmic? The word algorithmic. Algorithmic ante enti? The study of algorithms is called algorithmic. Algorithms గురించి స్టడీ చేయడమే algorithmic. It is more than a branch of computer science. It is the core of computer science and is said to be relevant to the most of science, business, and technology. So our algorithms is the core of our computer science branch, but it can be used. These algorithms can be used in science, business, and technology. In various fields, we can use the algorithms. For example, Uber, Ola. So these companies also using the algorithms. So what is an algorithm? Algorithm ante enti? An algorithm is a sequence of unambiguous instructions for solving a problem. So there are different problems are there. We want to solve the problem. So for solving these problems, there are some instructions. Okay, we are using the instructions. So these instructions should be unambiguous. అంటే ఎటువంటి కన్ఫ్యూజన్ ఏమీ లేకుండా క్లియర్గా ఉండే ఇన్స్ట్రక్షన్స్ ని మనం అల్గరిథమ్స్లో వాడాలి. సో ఫర్ సాల్వింగ్ ఏ ప్రాబ్లం, దట్ ఈస్ ఫర్ అబ్టైనింగ్ ఏ రిక్వైర్డ్ అవుట్పుట్ ఫర్ ఎనీ legitimate input, for any input, legitimate input, possible input, and you should get the output, required output in finite amount of time. That time should be finite. That means only with some limited amount of time, not infinite, opposite to infinite. So an algorithm is step by step procedure to solve a problem. When you want to solve a problem, we can use the algorithm, which is a step by step procedure. Now give the diagrammatic representation, diagram representation of notation of algorithm. So if this question is asked in short answer questions, this question is asked in the short answer questions. What is the diagram representation of the algorithm? Just think about the answer. Dear students, think about the diagram representation of notation of algorithm. What is the answer? See, there is a diagram for representing this one. See the diagram. We have input and output. Computer. Computer is a okay. Problem is considered as a written as a algorithm. Problem is a given. Problem is given. Okay. There is an algorithm. For every problem, you can write an algorithm. Now this algorithm and also the input is given to the computer. For the computer, we are giving the algorithm. For an algorithm, and the input are given to the computer, and you get the output. Okay. Now what is the formula used in Euclid's algorithm for finding the greatest common divisor of two numbers? Suppose you want to find the GCD of two numbers. What is the formula used in Euclid's algorithm? Already you studied this Euclid's algorithm in your geometry in mathematics in your 10th in your classes. Suppose what is the Euclid's algorithm formula? Suppose Euclid's algorithm is based on repeatedly applying the equality. Suppose GCD of m comma n, GCD of n comma m mod n. So you are dividing m with n and you are taking the remainder of the division. So m mod n, n. So n comma m mod n until m mod n is equal to 0. That means the second argument of the GCD function must be 0 until to get it as a 0. M mod n is 0. Since GCD of m comma 0 is equal to m. What is GCD of m comma 0? In GCD greatest common divisor function, the second argument is 0 and the first argument is m, then the value is then the GCD value is m. Now what are the three different algorithms used to find the GCD of two numbers? GCD of two numbers. I want to find the GCD of two numbers. Three different algorithms. The three algorithms used to find the GCD of two numbers are Euclid's algorithm, consecutive integer checking algorithm, middle school procedure. These three are the techniques to find the GCD of two numbers. Now, what are the fundamental steps involved in algorithmic problem solving? When you want to solve a problem in an algorithmic way by studying the algorithms and implementing the procedure in the form of algorithms, the solution in the form of algorithms, then what are the fundamental steps involved in algorithmic problem solving? So the fundamental steps are, అండర్స్టాండింగ్ ద ప్రాబ్లం. ఫస్ట్ ఆ ప్రాబ్లంని మనం అర్థం చేసుకోవాలి. అసలు ఆ ప్రాబ్లం ఏంటి, ఏ రకమైన ప్రాబ్లంకి ఏం కావాలి, ఇవన్నీ కూడా. అసర్టైన్ ది క్యాపబిలిటీస్ ఆఫ్ కంప్యూటేషనల్ డివైస్. సో వాట్ ఈస్ ద డివైస్ వీఆర్ యూజింగ్ ఫర్ సాల్వింగ్ దట్ పర్టికులర్ ప్రాబ్లం? What are the capabilities of that particular computational device? That means what is the main memory size, what is the processor capacity or processor capability, what is the speed of computations or executing the instructions, what is the architecture of the computer. So ascertain the capabilities of computational device. Now choose between exact and approximate problem solving. Exact problem solving and approximate problem solving. Now decide on appropriate data structures. What are the different data structures we are using in that particular algorithm? So algorithm design techniques, methods for specifying the algorithm. What are the different methods? Now proving an algorithm correctness. Is it algorithm is a correct one to find the solution to the problem? Now analyzing the algorithm, that is you need to analyze, you need to do some analysis on that particular algorithm. What is the time complexity? Can you compare with same algorithm, same problem solving algorithms, and which algorithm will be better, like this. So coding an algorithm coding, you can implement the algorithm by using C language or C++ or Java or Smalltalk, Ada, EFIL, Python, like this. Different languages are there. You can implement your coding of an algorithm. So these are the important steps to be considered when you want to consider algorithmic problem solving. So understanding the problem, ascertain the capabilities of computational devices, choose between exact and approximate problem solving, decide on appropriate data structures. What are the data structures we are using? Either stacks, queues, or priority queues, heaps, like this. Algorithm design techniques. Design techniques means maybe divide and conquer algorithm, or greedy algorithm, a dynamic programming algorithm, branch and bound technique. Like this, there are different design techniques are there. Methods for specifying the algorithm. Next, proving the algorithm correctness and analyzing an algorithm and coding an algorithm. Now see the next question. What is an algorithm design technique? Just think about the answer for this question. Just read it and you can understand this one. What is an algorithmic design technique? So, what is an algorithm design technique? An algorithm design technique is a general approach to solving problems algorithmically that is applicable to a variety of problems from different areas of computing. Okay, now what is pseudocode? Pseudocode means that is also like an algorithm, but it is written in some simple English language sentences. So if you practice, if you know C language, then you can write the pseudocode very easily. So a pseudocode is a mixture of a natural language and a programming language constructs to specify an algorithm. A pseudocode is more precise than a natural language, and its uses yields more concise algorithms descriptions. So already explained about pseudocode, okay, in the previous class. Next, what are the types of algorithms efficiencies? The two types of algorithm efficiencies are time efficiency and space efficiency. What is time efficiency? Time efficiency indicates how fast the algorithm runs. So what is the time taken by an algorithm? That is time efficiency. Now what is space efficiency? Indicates how much extra memory the algorithm needs. What is the amount of memory the algorithm needs is a space efficiency. So memory and CPU. Time efficiency means how much amount of processing time is needed for executing that particular algorithm. Time efficiency. Space efficiency means indicates how much amount of memory is needed. Now mention some of the problem types. Some of the problem types. Some of the important problem types are sorting. Sorting means arranging the elements in ascending or in descending order. That is sorting. Searching. You want to find an element out of the list of given elements. That is searching. Now string processing. String processing. Processing of various strings like substring or comparison of strings, or adding some more strings, finding the number of characters in a string, reversing a string. So all these are string processing problems. Next, graph problems. Already we discussed this many number of graph problems, minimum spanning tree problems, spanning tree problem, Warshaw's algorithm, Floyd-Warshall algorithm, all these are. Hamiltonian graph, Hamiltonian cycle find out చేయడం. Next, combinatorial problems. So those problems which takes the combinatorial expression, that is exponential time. For example, traveling salesperson problem is a combinatorial problem. Geometric problems, numerical problems. So all these are some important problem types. Now, what are the classical geometric problems? So two classic geometric problems are closest pair problem, convex hull problem. Closest pair problem means given n points in a plane, find the closest pair among them. So closest pair of points you can find. If there are n points, then we need to find the closest one. So for this, now what are the steps involved in the analysis of framework? So just think about the answer. What are the steps involved in the analysis framework? Answer is given. Just read it. Okay, dear students, I hope that you have gone through the answer, the steps involved in the analysis framework, measuring the input size, units for measuring running time, orders of growth, worst case, best case, and average case efficiencies. These are the important steps to be considered. Now, what is the basic operation of an algorithm? How it is identified? How it is identified? Basic operations of the algorithm. The most important operation of the algorithm is called the basic operation of the algorithm. Most important operation is called the basic operation. The operation that contributes the most to the total running time. For in the running of or in the execution of an algorithm, more amount of taken, more amount of time is taken for that particular operation of the algorithm. That time taken for the operation of the algorithm, most amount of time. Okay, in the total running time, it is 90%, for example, the time taken, that particular operation. Then this is the basic operation. It can be identified easily because it is usually the most time consuming operation in algorithms. In the algorithms, is the innermost loop. So when you consider the innermost loops in an algorithm, suppose you want to print first 10 numbers, then you will take some for loop. So that is a inner loop. If you are taking that particular for loop takes how much maximum amount of time in the total time. Okay, what is the running time of a program implementing the algorithm? What is the running time of a program? The running time T of n is given by the following formula. T of n is equal to COP C of n. COP is the time of execution of an algorithm's basic operation on a particular computer. What is the time of execution? And C of n is the number of times this operation needs to be executed. How many number of times you want to repeat this algorithm, this operation for the particular algorithm. So COP multiplied by C of n. COP is the time taken by time of execution of the algorithm's basic operation on a particular computer. Basic operation తీసుకునే time. C of n is the number of times that particular basic operation is considered. Basic operation is executed. Then that is C of n. So COP multiplied by C of n gives the T of n, that is the running time of a algorithm. What are the exponential growth functions? The functions 2n and the factorial of n. When you consider these two functions, these are exponential growth functions. Okay. Why these are exponential? 2 power n and n factorial of n, since they take more amount of time. Their growth is exponential when the size of the input is increasing. So 2 power n and n factorial are the exponential growth functions because these two functions grow so fast that their values become astronomically large even for rather smaller values of n. That is why they are called exponential growth functions. 2 power n and factorial of n. What is the worst case efficiency? Worst case efficiency ante enti? The worst case efficiency of an algorithm is its efficiency for the worst case input of size n. For the worst case input, which is an inputs or inputs of size n, for which the algorithm runs the longest among all possible inputs of that size. Okay, what is the best case efficiency? బెస్ట్ కేస్ ఎఫిషియన్సీ అంటే బెస్ట్ అని ఎప్పుడు అంటాం? సపోజ్ ఒక ఏరియాని తీసుకున్నాం, ఆ ఏరియాలో ఒక ఎలిమెంట్ ఫైండ్ అవుట్ చేయాలి. ఆ ఎలిమెంట్ కనుక ఆ ఏరియాలో 100 ఎలిమెంట్స్ ఉంటే నువ్వు ఏదైతే ఫైండ్ అవుట్ చేయాలో ఎలిమెంట్ ఫస్ట్లోనే మనకి ఆ ఎలిమెంట్ దొరికిందనుకోండి, అదే బెస్ట్ అంటాం, బెస్ట్ కేస్ అంటాం. సో బెస్ట్ కేస్ ఎఫిషియన్సీ ఆఫ్ an algorithm is its efficiency for the best case input of size n, which is an input or inputs for which the algorithm runs the fastest among all possible inputs of size, inputs of that size. What is the average case efficiency? The average case efficiency of an algorithm is its efficiency for an average case input of size n. N is the input. Okay, size of the input. Now average case తీసుకున్నప్పుడు మాత్రమే వచ్చే ఎఫిషియన్సీ యావరేజ్ కేస్ ఎఫిషియన్సీ ఆఫ్ an algorithm అంటున్నాం. It provides information about an algorithm behavior on a typical and a random input. What is amortized efficiency? Amortized efficiency అంటే ఏంటి? Just think about this one. Already we studied about amortized efficiency. Think about the answer. Okay. amortized efficiency అంటే ఏంటంటే, ఒక సింగిల్ ఆపరేషన్ ఎక్స్పెన్సివ్ అవ్వచ్చు, ఎక్కువ కాస్ట్ అవ్వచ్చు, ఎక్కువ ఎక్స్పెన్సివ్ అనమాట. బట్ ద టోటల్ టైమ్ ఫర్ ది ఎంటైర్ సీక్వెన్స్ ఆఫ్ n such operations is always significantly better than the worst case efficiency of that single operation multiplied by n. This is called amortized efficiency. అంటే ఏంటి అక్కడ? సింగిల్ ఆపరేషన్ మనం ఏదైతే తీసుకున్నామో ఆ సింగిల్ ఆపరేషన్కి మల్టిప్లైడ్ బై n, అంటే అదే సింగిల్ ఆపరేషన్ మనం n టైమ్స్ రిపీట్ చేసాం. ఓకే, రిపీట్ చేసినప్పుడు అది ఎక్కువ ఎక్స్పెన్సివ్ అయింది. దానికన్నా ఎంటైర్ సీక్వెన్స్ ఆఫ్ n ఆపరేషన్స్ తీసుకున్నప్పుడు ఇది ఆల్వేస్ సిగ్నిఫికెంట్లీ బెటర్, చాలా బెటర్ అనమాట. ఓకే, అర్థమైందా? ఇన్ సమ్ సిచ్యువేషన్స్ ఏ సింగిల్ ఆపరేషన్ కెన్ బి ఎక్స్పెన్సివ్, బట్ ద టోటల్ టైమ్ ఫర్ ద ఎంటైర్ సీక్వెన్స్ ఆఫ్ n such operations is always significantly better than the worst case efficiency of that single operation multiplied by n. This is called amortized efficiency. Now define O notation. Already studied, already explained about O notation, omega notation and theta notation. We have 3 types of notations. Okay, we'll continue the questions and answers in the next class.